Hey guys, Darren Asbury here with Revital Outdoors, bringing you another exciting podcast. Tonight we have Mr. Brent Butler. Brent got a top-5 finish this last weekend on Lake Chickamauga for the BFL volunteer event. We're very excited to talk to another top-5 angler from Lake Chickamauga, so it's going to be a great podcast. You won't want to miss this. But real quick, before we get started, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you're getting notified when all of our content is dropping. We have many new podcasts coming in the next months and weeks, and we want to make sure you're notified when all those are dropping. Also, check us out, www.revitaloutdoors.com. We're a premium CBD company. You can find all the information on our premium CBD products on our website, as well as information about joining our pro staff, and then also find us on Facebook and Instagram. So that's how you find us. Now, let's talk to the stars show. Mr. Brent Butler, let's go ahead and bring him in. Straight off a top-5 finish. How you doing this evening, buddy?
Awesome, man. I'm doing great. Just fortunate and blessed, man. How about yourself?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Having a little bit more warmer weather than probably what you're dealing with. But, hey, man, we're getting into the fishing season. We're excited. And first and foremost, Revital Outdoors, we just want to say congratulations on this last week. You had a hell of a finish, man.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was definitely, I mean, anytime you can get a top 10, top fives, I mean, if you win, that's all man can shoot for. You strive to win, but top tens, to just keep everything going. And Drake, he's one heck of a fisherman. I mean, I've known him for quite a while, we compete against each other a lot. I mean, him and Corey, and then my team partner, Seth Davis, and I, then the CBAs and stuff. So just Drake's an outstanding guy. He travels with us on the Toyota series and stuff. He's just a phenomenal guy.
For sure. So, well, I checked you out a little bit. Man, you've been fishing for a long time with Major League Fishing. Previous to that was FLW. You've had a really great career. You seem very consistent, which is what I like to see in an angler. You got a couple wins here and there, but you stay consistent. You're always in the top there. You've qualified for some regionals, some championships, so that's cool. But, talk to us about starting out the year, top-5 finish, Lake Chickamauga, and what's foreshadowing for the rest of the year?
I was just very blessed and fortunate, to make, to end up second, and I lost a fish to win it. But I mean, that's fishing. I mean, I'm sure it happened to other anglers as well, But starting off the year, it started off good. Seth and I, we just recently won a Heartland 2 weeks ago, and we had 24 and some change, and then end up, getting second there. So got everything rolling. Last year was a roller coaster for me. I mean, had some decent finishes and then some bad finishes. I mean, I beat myself up. I mean, by the end of the year, I didn't make a Toyota Series championship, and I just put everything up, and I just deer hunted the whole time. I mean, that's all I did. Just
There's
just
nothing
get away
wrong with
from
that.
everything. Yeah. So, but yeah, fast forwarding, we've got the Toyota Series in a couple weeks on Gunnersville. I'll be headed down there. Seth and I will to start practicing for that, and right here coming up. So basically, just this year. Has mainly just been focused on the Toyota series. That's it. I jumped in that one BFL. I might fish one or two more, but that's just been my main focus.
Good for you, man. Good for you.
So,
You seem, going through your Facebook and checking out your career, you seem very content with what you're fishing. That's always cool, man.
yeah.
It's always okay to fish what you're comfortable with.
Yeah, that's it, man. I mean, I just an old country boy, man. I mean, paid for, a lot of it out of pocket, being conservative with it. If you watched any previous podcasts, that have been on, I mean, I talk about that, hard work, dedication, determination, and, just paid for a lot of it out of pocket, and then made a little money, saved that money, and, just had a lot of things fall into place, and it's crazy, but I'm blessed and fortunate. I mean, I'm just blessed to be in the position that I'm in.
For sure. That being said, I'll for all the listeners out there that it's a dad or a mom will listen to this, make sure you introduce your kid to fishing, because I promise you, being 29 years old, coming out of college and doing the college fishing thing and doing this fishing thing that we love so much to do, if you teach your kid how to fish, he won't have any money to do anything to get himself in trouble. So
Absolutely. Yeah. That's one of the best drugs you can have. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact, man. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Well, talk to us this last weekend. How many days did you practice? What did you find? What were the fish doing that you were relating to? I assume you're throwing an Alabama rig. So talk to us about the tournament.
Actually, I did not even practice at all. I didn't. When Seth and I
Really?
won the Heartland, that was 2 weeks ago. I didn't even put a boat in the water between, the Heartland tournament and then. So, I mean, fortunate enough to have a lot of history. I mean, Seth and I have learned a ton about the lake. he and I fished together since he was 13. He's 30, 31 now. Lord, I can't. Time flies so fast. I can't even keep track of myself, let alone him. But just very fortunate enough to be able to put a lot of time in on the lake, and I basically just winged it. Just went with my gut instinct, and was fortunate enough to to end up with 21 some change. So I mean, it could have very well easily went south, but I just went with my gut. So that's pretty much it. So as
Gotcha.
far as baits and techniques, I mean, I only caught 7 fish all day. I just mainly fished for the right bites. If I got them, I got them. If I didn't, I didn't. And I caught a couple on lipless baits. I caught one of my smaller ones was it actually came on an A rig and on Super G lures, and the other ones, my bigger bites, I caught jerking. I mean, I love throwing jerk baits, and they were actually suspended and stuff, and that's really one of my number go-to things. And I actually I had that one that's right at 7. I live scoped it, suspended over 30, and so I was fortunate enough to get it. And I had another one that was a 485 or something, and I done the same thing with it. So I just paying attention to electronics while you're fishing areas, and it was weird because the high pressure and everything. The way the fish were acting, or at least for me in the areas I was fishing, that's pretty much what they do, and on those certain type days, and that was just my game plan. Wasn't looking for a lot of bites, just the right bites.
Good deal.
So,
Sounds like you had a lot of confidence, which is always really cool. You've got a lot of great history on Lake Chickamauga, so you were able to relate to that a little bit. You said you got 7 bites. That's really cool. So the fish you were catching, they were in the deeper water, holding to, I believe, rock and bluff, and in that winter pattern, they hadn't moved up thinking about the pre-spawn yet?
right. No. The water's still cold. I mean, it's low 40s. I mean, 43, 44 is about what you're seeing, about anywhere you go. So, yeah, but other than the couple that come on lipless, up in about 4 foot of water, I mean, other than that, the other ones were suspended. Yep.
I got you. Well, I got to ask about the jerkbait because I'm a big jerkbait fan. I mean, especially in college, and I got friends now. You can touch my frogs, you can touch the crankbait,
Yeah.
whatever you want. You can take the A rigs and just take them away from me. I don't want them anymore. But you touch my jerkbait box, we're gonna have words. So tell us about your jerkbait setup. What kind of line do you throw with it? What brand of jerkbait do you like to throw? And does color really matter this time of year on Lake Chickamauga?
Color can sometimes matter. I mean, obviously, I look at fish a lot like humans. I mean, most everybody likes to eat, so it's always you hear match the hatch. And but I love throwing if it's a medium diving, or I'll say a 0 to 5, 0 to 7 foot diving jerkbait. I always throw it on typically a Douglas LRS 704F spinning rod. I prefer spinning rods. A lot of people like bait casters. I mean, to me, I just have more confidence with it being on a spinning rod. Whether the conditions, the wind and everything else, I feel like I can just get a longer cast and things like that. So then if you got say a mega bass, jerk baits, or, say a +1 or deep diving Strike King or deep diving Lucky Craft. I mean, or a Rogue. I mean, I got all kinds of jerk baits. I mean, I always
You have
carry my
to.
box. Yeah, absolutely. So those type I usually throw in a 7 or a Douglas LRS 724F. So that's a 724 power, and both of them are 4 powers. But I usually got 4 jerkbait rods rigged up. 2 704s and 2 724s. And so then I can rotate, through them, depending on the color, the conditions, the wind, and just all sorts of things like that. But I'll typically throw them on 8-pound test, some on 8-pound test, some on 10-pound test, Seaguar Red Label fluorocarbon. And I typically never use braid with a fluorocarbon leader. Some people do. I've tried that a time or two, and it's it works, but I've had a leader break a time or two, and I said, I forget it. I'm just sticking with old school roots that work for me. And so that's what I do.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's it, man, for sure.
Especially in fishing. It's like, I cast every year, all the new stuff coming out, and I'm guilty of it too. You got to spend that couple $100 at Tackle Warehouse when it first comes out, the first hits but we're going to tweak this, we're going to new color this, we're going to HD that. I'm like, guys, we're winning tournaments on the stuff we got now. There's some exceptions out there. The Mega Bass Jerkbait, the Jackhammer from Z-Man.
Yeah.
But for the most part, go old school on them, man.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. I agree with you on that 100%. I'm like I say a lot of other fishermen, if you got the old school plug, it works. I mean, I'm the guy that's spray painted some in the basement, something you're not buying off the shelf and things like that. I got a few guys that custom paint plugs for me, and only those select couple ones. That way I send them something. I don't expect them to paint it for anyone else. You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. It's always good to have
yeah,
somebody like that in your corner for sure. So, we'll talk
yeah.
to us, off to a great start this year. So what's your goals throughout the rest of the year? You just going to go fish and have fun? Obviously, you might be thinking about the Angler of the Year title. It's hard to do, but consistent anglers like yourself can get it done. And then obviously you just said that you're going to fish the Toyota series as well. So what's the goals, going through the rest of the season for Brent Butler?
Basically, I mean, as far as on the fishing side of things, is focusing on the Toyota series. I mean, just the centrals. That's the only ones that I'm fishing this year. Got a couple more tournaments here and there that going to jump in. Some solo tournaments, some team tournaments and stuff like that. But I'm basically just going to go and have fun, and try to win it. 2 years ago, or even last year, I put so much stress on myself, and I think that it hurt me. I was so uptight, so focused, wanting to get there, want it, get that top 5 to get an invite to the tour and stuff. And finally, after last year, I was like, you know what? I'm just blessed, be alive, live in this great country, be able to go fishing, have fun, meet all kinds of people, and blessed with a wonderful family and everything, man, and friends and support staff. I mean, so I'm just going to have fun. I mean, if I catch them, I catch them, but not. I will not do what I did to myself last year, because it literally just like ripped me apart. So I'm just going just wing it. I mean, that's all I'm gonna do. So
Absolutely. I'll highlight on that a little bit. Being down in Florida, even though I'm a younger guy, I see a lot of guys get too kind of wrapped up wanting to get the boat wrap going and trying to chase the sponsors and get the jersey going and get
yeah,
this going and get that going. Guys, fishing was invented to go have fun. So let's just go have fun. And you know what? The guys that
yeah,
go out there and have fun, they win.
hmm yeah.
They
You're
win.
right. That's it. That's
For
it for
sure.
sure.
So, well, Brent, it's been an honor talking to you about Lake Chickamauga and your top 5 finish this last weekend on the BFL. But I want to give you the chance right here at the end of this podcast to thank any of your sponsors, friends, family, anybody like that you want to mention. You feel like it really contributes to Brent's tournament career. Now's the time to do so.
Oh yeah, awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, the God above, really blessed and fortunate to be in the position. I mean, it's been a long road for me to get to where I'm at, and it's still climbing, but I'm very blessed, for sure. My family, my wife, she is a big supporter of me. I mean, I'm really blessed. A lot of people ask me like, well, what's your wife think about, you fishing stuff? Well, that was her prenup agreement, number one. But she always asks me, and come December, what's your tournament schedule, and she'll set the calendar, work everything around my tournaments, man. And I cannot, I mean, that's just phenomenal because, I mean, you understand, if you know a lot of fishermen, I mean, it can be controversial, if you spend a lot of time away. Um, and two, blessed with 2 wonderful stepkids. I mean, I actually got Kylie's beats on right now. So I got, so I had to get
That's
them,
awesome.
but they're off to college. Landry, he's out in Tennessee Tech, and he'll graduate next December with a business and accounting degree. And then Kylie just started at UT, so it's her freshman year. She says human resource, but trying to figure it out. But anyways, blessed, wonderful family. My mom, my dad, uh, uh, friends. I mean, I'm so blessed to have so many friends that it's phenomenal. My team partner Seth Davis, he's like my brother. I mean, that's wherever basically I go, he goes. Vice versa, he goes, I go. We have, we're still one, even though we're competing against each other. We still work together and all, just to keep going and just enjoy the ride together. So I'm very blessed with him and his family. They basically adopted me in a long time ago. So if that's how I spent a lot of hours on Chickamauga, stay with them and stuff. But that my sponsors, I mean, got Wheatus Marine. He's taking care of me a lot, and Douglas Rods, phenomenal rod. Fred Contowie, those guys there. I mean, I just can't thank them enough. Mercury. I've been with them 5 years now. They take care of me on that side of things. and that's pretty much it. I was with Triton Boats for well, on a team deal for 4 years, but I'd run Triton for a long time, but I recently sold my Triton, so I'm borrowing a boat right now. So we'll get back into something. At least I'm blessed, with something to run, and that's man, that's pretty much about it. Driftwood custom baits and Super G lures. Those they take care of me so much. I'm fortunate enough on there that I can get a lot of custom baits that the average angler cannot get, and anything that I want. As far as they can tweak something up, whether it's Gary Joe Gibson tweaking something up with me, and or Robert Alder. I mean, he's a phenomenal guy. Both awesome baits, man. Somebody can check him out online. He puts a lot of good stuff on there. Now, Gary Joe's a different story. He's an old school guy. Used to fish BASS and stuff, and he makes a lot of baits that are hard to get. You can only get them from his house or very few tackle stores, and that's what I really like about it. So, all the fish are not seeing them. So, if somebody attended East Tennessee Fishing Show, he always sets a booth up there, and I go up there and hang out, help them sell baits, meet people and stuff like that. So, just very few places you can get them. I don't know if you can Google it online and find out, but there's just a few places. But that's man. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Still growing the brand and everything. So, but yeah. About it.
Good for you, man. It's anglers like yourself as to why Revital Outdoors started sponsoring Major League Fishing and the BFLs. We're just very humbled to get to talk to the grassroots guys and meet people like yourself, anglers like yourself that are hungry and they just want to put it together, and they're starting out and they're just so excited to be a part of this fishing industry. And, fishing is the only family I got, and I'm very fortunate to have picked up a fishing rod when I did at a young age, and it transformed my life, literally. So, I'm glad to meet another angler like yourself, and for sure, anybody that's listening on here and watching this podcast, make sure you find Brent Butler. He's on Facebook and Instagram. Check out all the sponsors that he just mentioned, because I tell you, without people like that, we just would not have the fishing industry we do today.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. So, well, Brent, it's been an honor having you on this podcast. We hope to hear back from you again soon, because we're doing a pre-tournament podcast and a post-tournament podcast. This was a post-tournament podcast, so the more success you have, the more times you get to be on Revital Outdoors.
Awesome, man. I greatly appreciate the opportunity. Thank you so much.
For sure. So from all of us at Revital Outdoors, that's going to end this podcast. Again, I'm Theron Asbury. Thank you for tuning in, talking to Mr. Brent Butler, top 5 finisher from this last weekend at Lake Chickamauga, the BFL Volunteer Division. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless, and we will talk to you again soon.